Hello, this is Builder Series, video number 2. Today we're going to look at the Sea of Serenity. Here it is in all its glory. This is an image captured by Bruce Cesar. If you haven't checked his website, please do. Bruce has the most astonishing images of the moon you can get at the moment. We're very lucky to have him. So anyways, this is the shot, the frame I decided to study. Bruce had a question about some faint lines here, 3 lines, but there are more than that. Let's add some contrast to this. Here we go. So Bruce, this is for you. We're looking at your 3 lines here, and we can see that there's more. There is another line here, another very faint line right here, and another one right here. So these are part of a network of lines. We'll call them that for now. We notice that they all go to the same point, and we see this kind of circular feature on the ground, and I guess that's Jupiter 2025 and 26, because there are just so many of them on the moon, on Mars, and sometimes on Earth. So these lines, they go from this point to the plate, which is a well-known feature of the Sea of Serenity. So the first thing we notice is that this plate seems to be below ground. All right, we look at the original image. I mean, this whole area looks milky. There's a milky quality to it. And if we look at these small dots, I should, well, Lisa calls them craters, but they're obviously not craters because there's something below them that seems to be wanting to stick out. And it's the same for this one, this one, this one, this one. Well, pretty much every single mark on this translucent plateau, which we call the sea. Interestingly, you can see under the water, kind of. What's interesting is this detail here. Well, see, all these lines go there to this hub. I think it's more like it's an axis. It's probably rotates around this point because it's circular. That's a guess, but that's usually why we put axles and, in constructions and cars and other things. So I'll try to keep straight logic here. We can also kind of see that this kind of keeps going here. There's some weird transparency going on right around this area, which is why these features there are out of focus. Okay, looks like they're being behind frosted glass. That's the feeling I get. We'll notice this perfect curvature here. This very, very sharp angle here that's matched on the plate. If we look at the plate itself, we can see that it's very symmetric. We got this central line here that meets this bar at the right angle. It's interesting. And we can see there is some symmetry. Okay, including this and this. Well, they look slightly different because they are not broken in the same way. If you notice, the plate here is lower on the right side than the left side. Okay, but we can see that these areas serve the same function, even if they don't look exactly the same. They have the same basic structure, vertical axis tied to the plate and the plateau. Okay, we have more symmetry here. Okay, so I mean, I agree that symmetry can be found in nature, but not at this point. Well, we'll notice also this big cylindrical structure. It's hard to see here. Okay, there is the scale right here. This is 1 mile, according to Bruce. Well, that's good because we can have an idea of the size of things. This thing is about maybe 800 meters or 600 meters in diameter. It's got internal bracing. Okay, I mean, these look like right angles to me. That's not natural. What's interesting is what on top we see this huge anomaly that actually looks like a plain jet engine. And if you look closely, you'll notice that there is a stem here, right around here, and that this is actually floating way high above this thing. Frankly, to me, it looked like it was holding something that broke. A ceiling, a floor, God knows what. Well, we'll find out. Same thing here. You'll notice that this looks a lot like this, totally on the other side. Okay, and it looks like this. Even the sizes are the same. Okay, you notice also that we can follow this line, right? We can follow a line that goes from here to here, and then to here, and then to here. These are techniques that I've been using to find anomalies on Earth, and they're a lot harder to find than on the moon. The moon is kind of a playground for me. I mean, well, look at this big thing. That's interesting. And this, I don't know if you can see this wheel here. Here's its center. Braces. And the circular rim. Interesting. We'll see a lot of these pretty much everywhere on the moon, on Mars, on Earth, on Ceres. Pretty much everywhere in the solar system. This is a great area. We can see some rust here, rust color. And it's got structure to it. That's not the only place on the moon where we can see this. Bruce will attest to that, and actually many people will attest to that. Very nice colors. It's interesting. Um, so what's interesting as well is this blue. See this blue? This blue, 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 green, blue, green, blue, green here. Let's get a form of leaf right here. This is also a very common form that will counter everywhere. So now I know exactly where I saw this exact same blue. And I will show it to you in a minute. These patches of colors are usually called chromatic aberrations. Because if you look here totally on the right, you see the rainbow effect. Rainbow colors inside the blue area. Okay, that's usually caused by diffraction. Diffraction is when light goes through a medium and changes its speed somehow. So this is called, usually diffraction is caused by transparent material. So I know exactly where I saw that blue, and let's go see it. So this is where I saw that blue-green before. I know it's totally out of place next to this tree that is in Bali. Look closely at this. It's right next to this chromatic aberration, because this doesn't look like a flower or anything like it. And this doesn't either. This looks like a shard of glass. Look how it's tied right here. I mean, well, that's the same way we all glass today. That part goes in the tree. This is a very special tree that is digesting some metal part. Okay, so let's look at it again and compare the colors. There is this one. And here's the other one. Okay, and there's the original image. And you can still see that blue-green, and faintly we can see that rainbow color right here. So that's it for today. We'll study more images of the moon until we're satisfied with its status as either artificial or natural.